All right, guys. Just if you're just hopping on in, thank you for having the patience. I'm a little bit late today, but I'm in Costa Rica right now, and I was running, getting a USB-C cord. But let's dive into April. I'm like, hey, how are we? How can I drive around here? Like,
It feels like my first launch.
oh my gosh.
Putting slides together day of.
Well, I'm so excited to be talking to you again, April, and with the internet being okay this time. For those of you who are just jumping on in, hashtag live. And also, I want this interview to be interactive with you guys. So if you have any questions about, hey, how can April do so much in such a short time? How's that even possible? I really want to have this interview also break your brain in terms of what's truly possible with these small little Facebook groups, because most people think you have to toil away for years trying to like have a huge thousands of people in your Facebook group and then try to pitch like a small teeny tiny program and work your way up. And I'm here to say, hey, that's not necessary. And we have really helped our clients do this again and again, where they can possibly make more in a month than a lot of people make in a year. And April is just a shining example of taking massive action imperfectly and still winning big. And so April, welcome to this interview.
Thank you.
I love your energy. I love reconnecting with you every time. So let's have them get started with like, what is your, like, when you came to us, what did you already have? Because I think that's important for people to be aware of as well. Like, you are already running multiple businesses, you're already successful. And then what did you see in joining Ignite that made you say, yes, I want to try this out? What were the things, what was missing from your current business model, what you're already doing, that Ignite filled that puzzle piece for you?
I think that Ignite is a new way to grow. And so, I think I said this last time too. We have all dabbled in like Facebook, cold emails, cold calls, Google AdWords, and those have been around for quite some time. And they're also forever changing. And so, if you really aren't an expert in like Facebook, advertising or Google advertising, this is just like a newer way to market your company. And today, I just actually, I'm about ready to post another frame. I have my VA working on that now, but she's on the West Coast. So, anyways, that I just think that it's like a new age way to grow your business. After watching your presentation, at the small little mastermind, where you were talking about how Mark Zuckerberg in 2017 changed algorithms to focus on groups. I just thought, this is something that I'd like to give a try. And I think that, if Kim has done it, that I can do it, right? And I just saw how widely successful you are. And I have to throw out there, because these numbers are like super astonishing. I have 110 people in my group. 110 people. And last time on my very first launch, I think I had 73. And then, like, by the end of that week, I had 78 or something like that, somewhere along those lines. And so I was the second launch. I had no idea how it was going to go, because we all have those current clients that for a fact love you and buy everything that you sell, and I hope everybody has a handful of those types of people. So first go round, I felt like I knew for a fact I would make some sales, right? Second launch, I felt 100% up in the air. And so I thought, you know what? This launch, I think I'm going to try it a different way, even though I don't have even several things with your whole program set up yet. But we are getting so much better. So like second launch, it was still totally not all put together. I even had one little mistake in my slide, and I just kind of, you know, said it and skipped over it, whatever, you know. But I just basically took my 5-day slides, drummed it down to 3 days. And the reason why I did that, and this is, I have a little list of questions for you. But I did a 3-day, and the reason why is because on the Friday on my first launch, on live views, I had 0, and I thought, you know what? If people are going to watch this later, then I'm not going to do a Friday, like, because 5 days are tough, but worth it. Tough, but worth it. 3 days was easy and worth it. Because then I was only on the hook for what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So before my last launch, before my second launch, because I'm just now already just posted this morning my third launch. And it's going to be the last time that I offer it at this price, hands down. And it's because like each person that has purchased the program that I sold, which, by the way, also something I wanted to throw out there that's on my list is I had no idea what I was going to offer whenever I started with your program. I know all the services I have, right? But then when you think about telling people exactly all the services that you have, I was like, I had no idea how to put it all in one message because it's so much that I was really worried it was going to scare people off, because I've had conversations like that where people say, oh, at first they're excited, and then they're like, oh gosh, like, she offers so much, I have no idea where to start with her. So,
Mm, yeah,
I,
too many
anyway,
things at once confuses.
it
It's
is.
like confused mind won't buy. It's
Yes,
really
yes.
difficult.
And so it had to be super specific. And so when I was having my onboarding call with Michael, and he asked me specific questions, and he said, so what is it that you're really good at? And I knew that right off the top of my head: answering the phone, closing deals, and working current customer databases. The people you've already worked so hard to get. It's what we do all day, every day. But like, if you said, April, what's a list of your services? Well, I have a list of 50, answering the phone, checking email, calendar management, taking payments over the phone. The list goes on and on and on and on, and to try to pick and choose different services and stuff, that's where it can get confusing, because you're like, doesn't this kind of tie in? And how much is this going to cost, and just things like that. So when I started, I didn't even know what I was really going to offer, like, at all, and so I kind of think I do know what my next offer is, but I haven't put that together yet, because my main focus is still filling up the answering service type clientele, the things that we're, just like really good at.
Yeah, so the service that you offer very clearly is you have a lot. And then when you came into Ignite, it was like, what are you good at? Let's narrow it all the way down. And this comes to show you guys, a lot of people say that they don't have a really, really good offers. Most of the time it's because they have a lot of offers and they're just a lot. Do you need this or that? And when it comes to a Facebook group and pitching into a Facebook group in that environment, having one clear offer that really sells the call
Right.
enables you to now have all these super warm, great conversations with clients that are like, okay, I want to take this next step with you. So it creates that vortex. And so with April, she was able to, with at that time, less than 100 people. Now it's still around 100, but
110.
110, and being able to have those numbers on 110 people is kind of mind blowing. It's kind of bizarre. But at the same time, when you think about, let's say, a live event, let's say you have an actual room and you fill it with 110 people, that room is pretty crowded. But you don't have to pay for the overhead cost of that room. You don't have to pay for food. You could just show up with your camera and a working internet and then your laptop, and that's it.
That's
and,
it.
and you're
That's
able
it. And
to
so
create
when we think about the money made on this second launch, which so far I've only had one paying customer from the second one, but this morning alone, I talked to two hot people that act like they're calling me later today with their card information. One of them is a current customer that's paying us 150 a month. So he's going to go from 150 a month to 777, and I'm trying to get him to pay annual. And I was even willing to, so I've had to do a lot of work here as far as like being creative, because I want him to get that free month if he pays for a year. And I'm willing, because you know that you probably hear this a lot. It's a slow time for everybody this time of year. Everybody takes time off. People aren't as busy as they normally are. And I'm still having people purchase our package. But out of those 110 people this time, last time I had 0 forms filled out. This time I had 18 forms. And all of those people are super extremely hot leads for me, and I'm working them, and I know I'm going to close them. And I'm still closing people from my first launch from posting my first videos in groups. In October. And I actually have somebody that's promised to pay on Wednesday, December 1st. And that's another sale from my very first launch. He was waiting to get through his holiday light installs. And so then he's supposed to hire us on December 1st, because that's when he has time to train us. So I'm still closing people from my very first launch, sold like tons of other little packages. And I say tons, like 5 to 10. I'd have to sit down and write it all out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have signed some people with other packages that we have, just answering service or just appointment setting and stuff like that. But I've also been able to push my offer through your program just out there in general for people to buy. And so I have had other people purchase the 777 that haven't even been in my group, watched the videos or anything, because it's a service offering that we have. And so it's super exciting. And I do like for the people to follow that form that I did create, like the funnel form. But I do have like several that just were already in my payment system for some package or another. And so I just went ahead and used my current payment system. The difference between the funnel and doing it in my payment system is the funnel that I created based off what you offer is a 12-month commitment. So I really do want to make sure that they follow through that versus me just saying, okay, so, you agree, blah, 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 and then entering their payment information for the next one.
Yeah, and Michael says, April, are you talking about live in-person workshops? The answer is no. Let's take a step back, because I feel like, April, you get really excited and you get like super deep, and people are just like, where are we right now? Like,
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay.
So let me take a step back for everyone. So April has already three main businesses, or 3 businesses I know of. She has a software business, she has a call center, and she has a bar. And so when she came to us, she could have a lot of things, and she was doing pretty well already. She ran her business for many, many years, and she was making a good amount every single month. It was steady. It's tried and true. A lot of her leads are cold. She would just do cold calling. Her team would. And then when she saw me present at Christine Seal's event, Christine is a Go High Level influencer. And when she saw that, I said, hey, look at Facebook groups. April didn't really hesitate. She signed up with me. She's like, hey, I'm coming in. I'm doing this with you because I want to go to the source. I want to try this Facebook group route. And within a month, working with us, like 3 weeks, she ran fast. She an offer that our team member Michael Rosenberg worked with her on, because again, she has things, she can offer a lot. We want to make sure it's very clear, hey, this is what you're jumping into. And then she went and she pitched, and she had 8 people on her live. She grew her group from scratch. She actually just started her group, just started like create a Facebook group. So
3 days before my first launch.
3 days before her first launch. So just think of the timeline. 3 days before her first launch, she starts her group from scratch. She goes to, she launches, barely anyone on the live, but enough. Like less than 8 people. By the third day, still very little people on the live, but she added enough so that there's like around 70 people in her group. She pitched, and then she did around 52K in contracts when the first time her 5 day training went down. And Michael's already an Ignite client. He already he knows what we teach. So she just implemented with massive imperfect action what we're like, hey April, this is what you do, this is what you say, this is how you'll do it, go. And without hesitation, April just went for it. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna go. And she did her slides the day before, the day of. She just like put her things together. And then what ended up happening was her people came out of the woodworks. Her people that were paying her a smaller amount, a smaller membership. A lot of you guys have that. I know you, if you're watching the replay, you're watching the live. A lot of you guys tell me you have like a $97 a month membership, some kind of small membership. Her smaller membership people upsold into the higher package. Some of them did. And then what's being created now, because she didn't wait. She's like, I'm going to launch again. I'm going to do it again. And when she did that, the second time that she launched, she had people on the first time being super warm so that this month they are signing up because they're like, okay, you have that offer. I'm going to save up money for it. Or you have that offer. I'm going to plan it into my calendar year so I can sign up. And what's really important, what she told us is during these times, usually book calls goes all the way down. And, or, it's Thanksgiving, there's going to be Christmas, there's all this stuff. And the book's slow for a lot of people. And like ourselves, we just we're closing cart tomorrow. But we already had over 6 people enrolled so far on a program that's not particularly super cheap. So it's during these times, because of these Facebook group vortexes, portals, you're able to still have people invest in themselves with you and not see it as let me do this after the holidays. It's kind of like I can take advantage of this now. And that's the phenomenon that I've witnessed myself. That's why I yell about Facebook groups all the time. And that's the phenomenon April is experiencing now when things are supposed to be for her. So does that give you a good summary, Michael? Michael's like, I got it, Kim. But yeah, April's not doing these events. She's not renting a room at a hotel.
No, I'm doing it exactly the way you've shown me how to do it on Facebook through StreamYard. Yeah, I still haven't even created my group for paid members yet because I guess I have like well, I mean, if we included my whole customer base, so anyways, I haven't even created my group for paid members yet. I was going to do that after this last one, but then I thought I'm still going to keep everything in the group right now and then create my one maybe after the next one, after I get more paid members, because then people are going to start talking about the service that we offer. And even if they are a member that is off on a different plan, like a 99, 250, 400, 600 plan, and they see all these other things we're doing, and me posting once a week, like last week, I haven't posted this yet, but I want to, I'm going to. I was doing a cold call for a company that purchased the 777 plan, and I sold 46 Qdoba grills, grease baffle filter exchange in Nebraska. So that was like a $50,000 sale. And he only paid me $777 for the month, and I have so many testimonies like that. So we're really going to light the group on fire with stuff like that because we do things like that every single day. And so I had never even posted like that in BidSlot's Facebook page, or even the group, because it's brand new. And so every day, like, I'm learning something new to do. I still don't even have the bot ready to go. I was thinking, oh, we'll have that ready for the second one. Didn't. Oh, maybe we'll have it ready for the third one, but I'm not going to let it stop me at all whatsoever. And I was excited last time when we had a call like this, where you said, I was like, and I was thinking of my next offer, and you said, April, I think I've ran the same offer for 13 months. And I thought, oh, good. I don't have to create all this new content. So the second one was an absolute breeze. I spent maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 on my slides, did a quick run through, switched some things around, wanted to make sure I got all those like case study type things in there. And then I just did like a quick run through the day of, like early in the day in case something was wrong. And then I was just like showing up. And then I had, this time I only had 3 to 4 people on my live. But then one of the questions I did have for you, because like this is how totally new I am. I don't know how to see how many views my videos have had. That's how brand new I am. So because I think it was Angel said, oh, yeah, I see you. Oh, no, you know what? Another girl in the group, her and somebody else has been chatting me a lot, like trying to get info on what to do and how to do it and stuff like that. And I'm telling them like exactly how I did it. She's like, you had 25 views. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Because I only saw 3 to 4 live on the event. But the nice thing about it is those 3 to 4 people were on every day I was on. At least I'm assuming they were. So a question I had for you, Kim, was like, how do you see how many views you've had? Because I don't even know where to see that.
It's on Facebook. After the video is rendered already, it's not in StreamYard, but it's on Facebook as a like a little tiny subtitle thing underneath the video.
I'll have to look.
I'll take a screenshot and I'll show you how I see it. It's just like right there.
Okay.
So we know how many views a video is getting and what's going on with the comments and everything. Actually, one of the igniters, Cecilia, she created a not Cecilia. One of my clients, his name is JS. He created a tool to have Facebook analytics. So you'll see who's the warmest people, who are the people who comment a lot inside of your Facebook group. And what's cool about the community that I've created, like the clients that I have, is they create tools for us because they experience it themselves and they want to solve that problem themselves, but they have the power to go and own the solution and not be a consumer, just be a consumer. So I'll let you know about that software as well. But yeah, April, we don't need to spend an interview. I'll let you know how to get that data.
Okay.
But what I want to ask and touch back upon, because not everyone pays attention to all the interviews. There's like 12 people watching right now live.
Okay.
So I want to really emphasize this. The people that show up for you, the people, even if it's 3 or 4 people and they're watching you live every day, instead of, because I get asked this question all the time, how do I have my whole calendar booked out, Kim? How do I book out everything? And I'm like, well, you could have a fully booked out calendar and you could have a lot of people, let's say they watch you on YouTube or whatever, but then when they jump on the call, they don't know what you're about, who you are, and you end up educating or having a bunch of cold calls that end up wasting your time. So in this Facebook group world, even though your audience is smaller, the people who show up might be smaller, you're still profiting really big on a smaller audience that are really warm. They understand you, they know, like, and trust you. And then they say yes to themselves with you. So before you got started with us, April, there was some hesitation in having your profile be a representative of your business, your personal profile. And how did you get over that fear? Because I think that's something a lot of people struggle with because they have personal friends on there.
Yeah, and that was actually a big one for me. And you know that I've been in business since 2002. And so I've seen other people really put themselves out there for years, and I had never been that person, and I was really reluctant to do it. And then I just decided to get started. And then when you get started, if you just take that step, just it just helps you build muscle. It helps you get stronger every day. And so the main thing is you just have to get started somewhere. And so it was hard. It was something that I told Michael about. Talking to me in person, you wouldn't even know like I was that way. But yeah, it was like a huge leap of faith for me. And I just decided like the time is now. I need a new way to bring in leads. And I am very happy that I did, because it's paid for itself tenfold. And I just can't wait to get better and have it even streamlined more like you do. And so far I'm on my going on my third launch, December 14th, 15th, and 16th. I feel very, very confident the same exact thing is going to happen. Um, and I am going to pay to have new leads brought into the group, which I know that you totally don't even have to do that. But I'm trying to test the waters doing different things like that. Main advice, though, that I can give Kim is just get started. Just like open the door, because there are no limits, because everybody's on Facebook. It's the highest number on a platform, like one platform. And people really, want what you actually have to offer somewhere. It's the best platform to market for sure.
And what did your friends and family say? What was there backlash? Was there, when you just get started, was there anything that was like, "Hey, April, what you doing?"
All
Or
like super supportive. And like there's an artist that we have a local artist for New Groove. She paints all the pictures in New Groove and has them for sale and stuff. She's one of my number one supporters. She goes on there and loves everything I do. And even if you have people in the Ignite group, which I do, go on and raise the morale for me, it just gets me like so excited. Just even knowing one person's out there watching it, it just makes me like super excited. And then before you know it, you start getting your calendar booked, and you're talking to people about your offer and the services, and it just gets better and better and better and smoother and smoother and smoother. If you just get started, if you just push it forward, and the I've been telling Cynthia, because it's a lot of information. I say, this is exactly what I did. So I just told her what I did. I didn't watch any videos or anything. I started to, and I thought, don't think this is what I need to be watching. And I was right, because Michael said, no, do this. So I put my funnel together. I started working on my slides, which I would do something reverse here, though. Get your funnel going, invite people to your group, work on your slides, and then start posting in the groups that they will allow you to post your offer, because some groups don't allow you to post anything selly, or even if it is a free course. It depends, because it is a free course offering. Even though there's no tangible material in my offer, it's still a free course. I'm telling you exactly what we do to help our clients close tens of thousands, some hundreds of thousands of dollars, by answering the phone, closing the deal, and working the current customer database. So I'm just getting better and better and better at selling that, but just getting started, you have to start somewhere.
yeah, I love that. Just get started, which means for your profile, put that banner up that we told you to put the banner up. Declare that you have a date going on, that you have a training for them, a free course that they can attend, when it's going to start. And that is the very first, just like here, declare it up there. And then people will be really interested once they visit your profile. They'll say, "Oh, what's that?" And
Yep.
then they'll either join or they don't. So it's very clear what you have going on as the very next steps for them.
And
What
no now doesn't mean no later.
Exactly. Know
Don't
now.
ever forget how hard you worked to get that lead there.
Yeah, yeah, especially with what your business is. It's like, hey, the fortune is in the follow up, and it is
Yes.
your current list right now is already gold for you. And
Yes.
I love that. So April, I want to ask you this question. When you said that, hey, I didn't show up to all the calls, the thing that I didn't want our program to be is like a cookie cutter program where we force you to do certain things or else it won't work kind of
Yeah.
style. I wanted it to feel like it's not cookie cutter. So how, when you came into the program, one of the things you did was you didn't show up to the coaching calls, but you still got results. And I wanted that to be very clear to our potential clients and clients that you don't have to consume like 20 videos and you don't have to go and do all this stuff first and then qualify to do the next steps. And so how did you feel coming into the program? Who or what was it that made you go, okay, this is not cookie cutter, this is actually custom for me? And what are the things that happened that made you feel like it was more for you than a program that's like you have to follow to the T?
Yeah, because it's hard because we're all busy business owners. And for a lot of us, we're small. So we're like trying to do a lot all on our own. I like knowing the coaching calls are there. That's what they're for, right? Like if you need them, they're there. I actually do hate that I miss your call every week because I have to leave my office every day at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time to go pick up my daughter. So I can't wait, but I do have the links to the calls that you've had. Michael Merce gave those to me. And then the back end support that you get. If For me, it started off on Facebook as a concierge, and then we moved over to Slack. And so I just enjoy people checking up on me and asking me what my goals are. Do I need help with my goals? And then they do a middle of the week check too, and sometimes daily check. They'll be like, okay, did you do it? And I'll let them know. But I appreciate that it is a push, and if you need a push, it's there. But it's not forceful, and nobody beats you up if miss
You
one
don't
of your
know what
marks.
goes on in the back. You don't know all my dungeon rooms. You don't know my whip that I physically have. Just kidding.
Well, you do it well.
Oh man. But yeah, so you said that the calls are there even if you didn't attend a lot of them. It feels very reassuring, and also we do check up on you. We're not waiting until you message us and then we'll poke at you. It's very much hey, are you doing the thing you said that you would do? Are you getting things done? And one of the fears that I encounter when I'm on a call or when my team is on a call is, I paid $30,000 for this program over here, Kim, and I'm paying every single month a monthly amount, and I am not seeing much from it. So that's what we want to avoid. We don't want you to pay this chunk and then come in and feel like you're not moving forward. And one of the bigger things that we focus on is client success, because for us, having you succeed in a big way, one client is really to us means 5 to 7 referrals.
Yeah.
And in your game, I'm preaching to the choir, right? Really. But for those of you who are listening, there's so much value in a client that comes in fully sold on the vision, the life that they could live, the changes they can make to their business if only they follow you. And that happens in that Facebook group format. Most of the time, April came from me doing a presentation, so she didn't attend a five. But I feel like that 5 day that presentation kind of showed her, hey, like this stuff works, just come in and apply it. So what I want to say is really, for us, that's what we found is successful, to really push you versus a type of reactionary coaching that waits until something is done, then reply. And
Yeah,
some
people
coaching
get
calls are like
very
that.
annoyed with that type of coaching. They don't like being left alone if they purchase something, and it's hard to reach out. But you seem to have some system in place to know every single person that has purchased your program.
Yeah, we have a really strong CRM
Yeah,
back end.
yeah, and it shows.
Good. You know,
Yeah, it
we're
does.
trying to have a tight ship over here in the back end, so that really, when I buy into a coaching program, I want to model after what's going on over there. Because why did I invest in myself? It's because I want to take the shortcut. Like, what's working for them will work for me. So for
Yeah.
us as a company, I'm always pushing my team and myself to learn that next thing, to make it tighter, to be able to show you guys, give you guys the framework, so that when you are ready to have a bigger team, to have more systems in place, that's there for you to model after, and you don't need to go and hunt that down as like an outside thing, or try to look around a bunch of places, because you already know, like, and trust us, so why not help you onto the next path? And so that's also one of the biggest focuses that we have, one of the main focus that we have as a company. So April, let me just check the time here. Okay, cool. um let's see what other questions I have. Some questions. So when you oh yeah, you actually referred us, or really talked to another member, um, that saying, hey, you should join because I experienced this. And for you, what makes you feel comfortable enough to say, hey, you should join this program because it's going to be beneficial for you? What are the components for you that made that click that in place for you to say, okay, I can recommend because I trust? So I'm
Because
curious.
because I, have had great success with it. And so now you just wish you would have started sooner. But I'm happy that I'm in now. And so if I can have these results, and you can have the results that you've had, which I get really excited when I see your frames popping up, and then it just lights, like I get so excited. And so, I mean, I think if I can do it and you can do it, then anybody can do it. They just have to get started, and I am the type of person where I'm not going to sign up for something, that you pay, over 1,000 for a month, and then not do anything with it. I was like, plus I wanted to be your biggest success story, so I'm still working on that. And so yeah, but I can do that. I've told other people about it. I have other referrals as well, just because I've seen that it can help any business. And then you post some of those different, very small niche businesses, that have had success. And even answering services, like a niche business. There's so many niche businesses, and lots of them have even higher ticket items than I do, and they're still seeing sales. And then when I saw how easy my sales have come in, I've thought I'm doubling my price, because it's selling itself. So and also the value, and, but you just have to get started. And it was an easy referral, just because it's worked so well for me. So I have so many nice things to say about it.
April, thank you. You're like, Kim, I got success with it, so why, of course I'm gonna refer it. But what type of people would you refer it to? Definitely, I think
Anybody
that's
that
important.
owns a business, like anybody, a car shop, a brewery, inpatient home health. Those are some that I've referred to you. Coaching, like you name it. Like if you have a business, then this would be for you, because you've definitely proven it's not for one type of industry. It's for any type of business that's out there. And then your coaches help them create their offer, because I had no idea what my offer was going to be. Just answering service, just appointment setting, data entry. Like, what are we going to offer? I had no idea. And so just by like the coach asking probing questions, like it helped me. And I still, when we launched, wasn't sure that was really 100% what I wanted to go with. But now I'm like a pro. I say a pro, and I've only done 2 launches. So it's just like so super exciting. Any business would benefit from this. So I'm totally going to do this with my brewery too. I'm talking to my husband right now about it. And I've been saying, Josh, I'm like, this is it. I was like, we need to build memberships for people to buy. We already have 2 memberships that sold out within 4 hours, not with your program, but with like, like what we sold like on our own. We have a Groove Club membership. And then we created a barrel aged bottle membership. And I told Josh, Josh, this is where we need to be. I said, I need to be going on. We need to be creating memberships. Wait till you see the success I have with that one, Kim. Just wait. It's coming. I'm so excited. I am.
So you take the framework, you take what we taught you, and you're like, holy shoot, I can apply this to other things. And since you own other businesses, and the great news is, April, we're not going, oh, you have 3 businesses, let's just charge you 3 times. It's like, no, you learn this thing and you can apply it and you can know it for the rest of your life. And then you could do simultaneous with your
Yes.
other businesses. Um, that's amazing. It's amazing. So I want to. I hate like, you know, poking the head. Not poking. What is it called? Beating a dead horse or something. But like, I really want to hone in on the type of people. I know you say any and all businesses, and that's great. But what about like the type of person that this would fit the most? And one of the biggest thing for me is like, what's the value of an offer, right? It's the ability to for you to pick it up and run with it and get massive success, but also the time it took for you to pick it up and get massive success. So like when you came in, how long inside of the program did you have to wait for it to click for you to say this is going to work for me, to convince you to do the work? Because I feel like after selling, saying, hey, this works, there is a period of will it work, and then there's a period of, oh, this is going to work. So how long was that for you? Because part of the value of a program is how fast you can get results, and then the type of people that are, I think this fits a certain type of person as well. It's not, I don't think we're for everyone and anyone is what I'm saying. It's
Okay. Okay. I
why.
mean, you basically just need someone that'll get started, and so I like signed up, and then that following Monday, I think I signed up on like, wasn't it? It was a weekend, wasn't it? Friday night or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a weekend.
And then on Monday, I thought, all right, like we've got to do this. And so I didn't know where to start, because you get a lot of emails in the beginning, and then I just wasn't like sure how to follow them. So I was so happy like when somebody reached out for my first coaching call, because then I knew, all right, somebody's going to get me on track, and that was like, I signed up on Friday and I had my coaching call that Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. And then that was just like the first coaching call. So for me, I got started like right away, and I would suggest starting right away. Why not? You paid for it. You don't want to just like set it over to the side as this thing you paid for that you think's going to work. If you trust it enough that it's going to work in the first place, give it all you got. Go straight for it. I don't think that you have to be a real go-getter, Kim, because I've seen an interview with you with someone else that's not a real go-getter. And I thought, okay, very soft-spoken, like
Oh, that was Kate.
absolutely not a go-getter. Like, like knew it could work, but puts in the framework, like doesn't really have to talk a lot to people and stuff like that. So it does work for more than one type of person. It takes more than one type of person to make the world go round, and so I just think that though that like just getting started is the main thing. And so it didn't take me very long to get started, and the coaching call helped, and I had my coaching call within 1 week of signing up for your program. So time was definitely like in my favor with your program. It wasn't like like you sign up and then oh, we don't have an appointment for 1 month, with your coach. It was like, all right, let's get you started. Here's your coaching call. Let's figure out your offer. All right, where are you at with your offer? What are you going to do with your price? Like all of those things. Because we put this together without like me even knowing what cost I was going to charge for it and stuff like that. So I think that it takes more than one type of person. And I don't think it's one specific person that you're really going after, because like I said, like I'm a real go-getter, but then I've seen you have interviews with people that are very soft-spoken, definitely would avoid talking to people if they have to, and stuff like that. But they're probably really nice to talk to and full of knowledge, and so that matters too, so I don't know if that answers your question or not. But those are those are my thoughts anyway.
So you're like, no, Kim. You like it can be anyone, and it can be any business. It doesn't matter if they're shy. It doesn't matter if they're extrovert like me. It doesn't not matter. It will work if they are an action taker. So if
Action.
they
That's
do
right.
the work.
That's right.
All
You don't
right.
have to look a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way. You don't have to walk a certain way. I really think that if you take the information that you've put together over the years, and it's been years that you've been doing this and proven it successful, that if you just move it, it's going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, and part of the for us, a lot of people who do enroll is that they continue that momentum. So, guys, if you're watching this, it's about, hey, you have to be an action taker, but you've witnessed what what you're in the past 5 days, the Facebook group, the environment, we have the enrollments coming in. But most importantly, it's being able to take the momentum that you've had for the past week and continuing it for the next month, if not next year of your life. Because really, what we're teaching is for you to run this marathon. If you're willing to run it, we will help you with the water bottles and the and the gear, and have you go and actually finish that lap. Because the biggest disservice that I see is that you join a program and it's months and months and months, and you're just like, okay, I don't know where I am, versus where do you want to be a month from now? Do you want to just try to figure out your offer a month from now, just trying to just see how to start a month from now? Or within a month, you can finish your launch, as April has done, Cecilia has done. A lot of our clients who hit the ground running are able to do with what we teach them without having to consume 10,000 hours worth of material or having to be a certain type of person. So
I
I'm glad
think
that you insisted on that, April, because I'm like, what do you mean? But go
I
ahead.
on my first launch, I think I spent with my VA 13 to 15 hours of time. And then on my second launch, I spent 30 minutes, not including my 26 to 30 something minutes that my actual presentation was. And even though, like, if you take a look at the slides, even though it can be 70 to 100 and something slides, lots of them are one sentencers. So you just run with whatever info that applies to your business there. Because I 100% copy your slides, and all I did was put my logo on it, which, that takes time. That's part of the time that was the 13 to 15 hours that I spent. And then also, really, as the business owner, thinking 100%, what is what am I going to say so people understand it, and it 100% comes from me. I don't think that I did not want my VA to do that. I wanted it, I invested this much. I wanted it to be my thoughts, because nobody thinks like me. Like, I think the way that I think, and my thoughts, that's what people are buying. And so I really put a lot into the very first launch, and it was so hard. It wasn't easy, just because the stress of thinking of, like, going live, what are people going to say, how many people are going to show up, am I going to sell anything? I'm not done with day 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's day 1. Got to run and pick my daughter up, take her home, come back, be ready for it. Oh my gosh, how do I go live? Like, all of those things, like, it was a lot. But the second one was like a piece of cake. And I was like, it was worth it. Like, all of that was so worth it. And we added one additional feature that worked, right? Because my form that we created, it was created the first time. Nobody filled it up because we weren't directing them the right way. So the second time, I had 18 people fill out that form, and I have their information, and it's just like a pot of gold waiting for me to sell them. And I've been able to talk to about 9 out of the 18, and I think I'll sell about 3 of those people, maybe more. And people are still seeing it out there. And I had a call right before I spoke with you, and then I've had this one hot, it's just the time of year, so I'm like trying to sell them. But yeah.
I love it. I love your energy, April. I love how such an action taker you are, and I just I just love the way you are.
Aw, thank you so
So
much.
I am so glad that you showed up today, and I was a few minutes late, and I'm so grateful that you're in Ignite. You're part of our tribe. We actually have a live event coming up on February, the middle of February. I would love to see you there in person if you can make it out. It's going to be in Florida. And
Ooh,
guys, I just started talking about this, but we already
okay.
have people who RSVP to come. We already have 6 people coming already, and so we're having internal clients come first, be the first people who are able to come, and then after that, it's going to be open to everyone else. But I would love to see you live, April.
I don't think I've seen the info, so I want to make sure that I get that.
Okay. We'll get it over to you. We didn't do a blast on it yet. It's kind of
Oh,
like,
okay.
hey, inviting personally saying, okay, this person, because the biggest feedback that I got from our first event, which was a blast, we went and got a 3-course meal, we rode roller coasters, we watched it all, is every single person who walked through that door felt completely like where they should be, and felt completely surrounded by the people that they're going to get along with. And that's
Oh, good.
really the type of environment that we foster when we do have a live event. It's not like a
Yeah.
bunch of strangers and you're like, who are you? Let me try to
Yeah.
make let me try to be your friend. But it's like, oh, I'm sitting with my people. And that's
Okay.
really how that's why we're kind of deliberate about it. And but yeah, you're my
Yay.
people, April. So
Yeah.
let's go. Hey guys, usually my interviews are an hour long, and time passed by so fast. The interview will be available for replay. If you have very specific questions, I said that this interview was gonna be interactive, but it felt like April and we're just shooting the shit together. It felt like that. It felt like we're just having a conversation at dinner or something. So if you have specific questions, make sure that you schedule a call with my team. At least schedule a call, because again, although April says we're for everyone and anyone, we only want to work with action takers. We only want to work if you qualify with us, because we are really trying to push you to, within the first month, have your return on investment, have a successful, monetization experience with your group, because that's really what we want to help you do initially. After that, of course, it's about building your team, about building your legacy, about employing these tactics on maybe your other businesses if you have them, and really build out a solid business that can eventually run without you always being there. Like April, she's like, the second launch, oh my gosh, 30 minutes preparation. I don't have to live in it. I just prepare a little bit and then I go live. um, there are steps beyond that where that becomes a secondary thing even. So I really, this is you running a marathon and us helping you along that journey, and not like a short-sighted kind of journey with us. I expect us, if you come in and join us, to this be a multi-year journey, hopefully for the next years of your life. And really, as we grow, we help you grow. So book a call. And April, if they're on the fence, what would you say? And also, let's have those of you who are watching go and follow you. So where can they find you online and ask about your services? And yeah, and if they're on the fence with Ignite, what would you say?
So, well, my name is April Dotson. My company name is Bidslot Marketing, and it's bid. So it's like BIDSLOT, because lots of people can't understand it. It's one word. And then I'm gonna go look real quick at my group name, because I actually still forget my group name.
That's
It's
perfect.
okay.
$84,000. Oh, let me go check what the heck the group name is.
It's Service Professionals Group. Learn how to answer the phone and close the deals. So I just forget, because I did change the name and it was going to be Futures Cleaning Service Professionals, but I changed it. But if you'd like to follow me, Bidslot Marketing is the best way to go. And then my group name is Service Professionals Group. Learn how to answer the phone and close the deal. And yeah, I'd be happy to talk to anybody willing to ask questions or whatever. If you're on the fence about joining it, I just look at this as a new age way to grow your business, and I think that we're all looking for different tips and tricks. And for me, I have found it.
All right, April. Okay, April, I thank you so much for showing up today. I'm gonna click remove, so you'll go back into the green room. You can click the X button, and keep on crushing it.
Thank
You close the
you.
sale in the morning. You're gonna do some more. I don't know, today and then tomorrow.
I'm
I'm
hoping
so
two
excited for
today.
you. All right, let's get it. All right, have a great day, April.
Okay,
Thank
you
you
too.
for showing
Bye.
up. Bye. All right, so that is April Dotson. You guys, I love our clients. The way that we show up, because you are the client you attract. And I know my background is not the best right now. I'm in Puerto Rico, so if you guys have what is it? Let me just show you out here. The view, it's very jungle like right now. That's a net, so you don't see it that well. But one of the things one of the realities that we get to live is that we can go where we want to go. I'm in Costa Rica. My team member Angel, she's traveling to Japan, and on the weekends, some of my team members, they go and they do improv sessions. And having to be able to still have a life that you want to live, show up, be anywhere in the world, and as long as you have a working camera and a laptop, that you can be financially abundant, is what's at the end of the line here. It's not about that tactic or that that email or the thing. It's really, what life do you want to get to live? And then, especially if you're enrolling into our program, GroupConvert Ignite, as the leader of this program, I want you to also witness that I'm not paling away in the back of in a cubicle, working on a computer all day, that I'm able to live that life. And really, that's why I work so hard to be able to build an amazing team. We have an amazing team, and they have their lives, and I'm just really supportive of them as well. Because we didn't come into this world to work mindlessly, right? We're here to change lives. And when you are an owner of a Facebook group, you have that power to really lead your movement and change so many lives. And that's really what we want to help you do. So have a wonderful day. Card is closing tomorrow midnight. So make sure you scheduled your call. If you have any questions with us, scheduling the call also saves your spot, because we do sell out every single time you guys see the enrollment congratulations post go up. So make sure that you save your spot, you're part of the enrollment process. And it's not about, hey Kim, let me wait all the way until next year to do this. It's like, oh, you want to just get started next year, you want to be at the very beginning, January hits and you just want to see how things are? Or do you really want to say, hey, in 30 days from now, I can get it handled. In 30 days from now, I'm at the finish line. In even if you're a little bit slower, in like a month and a half from now, I'm there, versus, oh, I'm just gonna start out. So that's really the reason why I'm like poking at you a little bit harder. Okay, well, I will see you guys in the next interviews. We're not done yet, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh yeah, if you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.